Brazil, Argentina, France, Germany, even Portugal and Netherlands. Could they break into that?
Well. Personally, I don't consider them a dark horse because of just how good they are. As you said, they don't really have anything to show for winning, for being number one for so long. But just the quality that they do have, I don't think that they're necessarily not a favorite. They're certainly favorites. They are certainly favorites going into this tournament. Maybe not on the lips of people as we normally stay. Like we're not going into this tournament saying, "Oh, they're winning the World Cup." No, we're going with them not being in the fray to win the World Cup. So when we're talking about dark horses, I consider, as I said, Uruguay. It's been a millennia since they've won a World Cup, since they've even won anything of note, to be honest.
Truly.
And my other choice would be Canada. Not only because they're from CONCACAF, but just the ease that they had while qualifying. I believe that it is something to look out for going into the World Cup. People have them dropping out at the group stages. I expect to see them do much more.
Yeah, I mean, Canada ain't a bad side. They really aren't a bad side. And Belgium should really be doing better with the talent they have. I mean, Thibaut Courtois, Simon Mignolet, and Kieran Casteels as the goalkeepers are three top-class goalkeepers in their respective right. Defenders Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld, like we're in Spurs 2015. Wout Faes, Arthur Tate, and Zeno de Bast, with Thomas Meunier and Timothy Castagna make up the defense. Midfield, Yuri Tillemans, Amadou Onana, Kevin De Bruyne, Axel Witsel, Hans Vanaken, Leander Dendoncker, Yannick Carrasco, and Torgan Hazard. And forward line has Eden Hazard, Charles De Ketelaere, Leandro Trossard, who's having a really good season at Brighton, Dries Mertens, Jeremy Doku, Romelu Lukaku, Michy Batshuayi, and Luis Openda. They should really be doing better than quarterfinals and out. They should really be doing better. Well, they should really be doing better than quarterfinals and out, as we've been saying for the whole time. But you know, that's just how Belgium are. If Martinez can get them over the hump, then so be it. But to a team who definitely needs to go over the hump, they have been there. They've been here. They've been everywhere. Except for lifting the trophy. Yes, we know that's the Dutch, the Netherlands. No matter how good their team is, they always fall short somehow. They should never have lost in 2010. They did, and you know, they've got a team now which people think they should be challenging. You know, if there are any spills and any favourites drop out, they could be there to pounce. But I just don't think it's possible. The Netherlands, can they break their trophy curse?
Honestly, you see, when people start counting out a team, I think that's when the team comes back stronger than ever. People are ignoring the Netherlands. A lot of people are, and I think that would be a lot of teams undoing. Maybe, as you said, they might just come short as usual, as in typical Dutch fashion. But maybe, just maybe, they could be the dark horse. Maybe they could be the dark horses, you know, because, as I said, a dark horse is a team that traditionally doesn't win. And when has the Netherlands won anything? Please refresh my mind. If they have, I'm sorry to any Dutch fans out there, but it's just true. Your team doesn't win anything.
Yeah.
It's been so long since you guys have had an amazing team with the chance to. It's been over 12 years since that World Cup final.
Yeah.
Hear that in 12 years.
12.
A lot of young football fans don't even know about how that final went down.
Exactly.
Right? Most of them were too young to even remember. Right? I remember I was sitting on the TV. I remember Andres Iniesta taking that ball down and slotting it past the keeper, running to the sidelines, taking his shirt off to review. That white shirt with that message, I still don't know what that message said.
Yeah, I remember that final like it was yesterday, man. I was watching the build up. Basically, I was seeing how both teams made it to the finals, and I just saw that Spain beat everybody 1-0, and I was just like, Spain's going to win 1-0 just because they've beaten everybody 1-0, you know. And they did it.
Full Italian tactics.
Exactly, man. But you know, the Dutch have to do better. I mean, they've got to at least make the semis, or at least finish third. Actually, they need something to show for something. They need something to show. I mean, they've not brought Jasper Cillessen, who's usually their first choice keeper. Neither Tim Krul, who was really important in 2014. They've brought 3 keepers from the Eredivisie: Bijlo, Pasveer and Noppert. I don't know if anyone knows of them. If you do, just send messages down there. I have no idea who most of them are. Defenders, they're from the Eredivisie. I usually know Eredivisie players. I know Pasveer plays for Ajax, but the rest are just foggy memories. Defenders, Dumfries, Frimpong, Delict, Timber, Van Dijk, De Vrij, Ake, Malassiam, Blind. Defense could be a bit stronger. You know, they've brought about 2,000 right backs, 2,000 centre backs. Maybe it's Southgate tactics. Midfielders, Frankie de Jong. You've also got Steven Berghaus, Martin de Roon, Tini Koopmeiners, Kenneth Taylor of Ajax, who's really good, and Xavi Simons, who's also in the squad. One of a young player I said to always keep an eye out for. He's electrifying, really, really good player. And the attackers, Memphis Depay, as per usual, Cody Gakpo, Vincent Janssen. We haven't heard about him since he was at Spurs, since, you know, Kane was scoring 30 goals. Wout Weghorst, Luke de Jong, Bergwijn, and Noah Lang. And the team doesn't scream out, yes, we're going to make far, we're going to make headway. That team screams out, we're going to try and get by.
Honestly, man, honestly, like, as you said, I noticed you said they didn't have a goalkeeper. They have Van Dijk, right?
I mean, if he defends like how he did at Old Trafford, keeping his hands behind his back, that's not a good look.
It's the best diver they have. The only 2 people with better diving at Liverpool is actually Alisson and Mo Salah. Right? I'm not lying. Let's be real here.
I mean, damn.
And he's tall. He's lengthy. Right? He can do it. Throw him in the sticks. Let's see what he can do.
I mean, sure, man, but I don't think they'll be able to go far with that goalkeeping trio. I just don't see it. Unless someone wants to prove me wrong, sure, I'll be happy to be proved wrong. But, you know, next up, and the final team we're going to talk about, is a team I fear they're going to rig everything so they can make the finals to face a certain Argentina. Yes, you know who we're talking about, Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal. Where do you start with them? This is probably the most talented team Ronaldo's had around him, and it's the end of his career, basically. It's really, really disappointing Portugal didn't find a team more talented sooner. Because, I mean, this team with him in his 20s would have been up. They would be world beaters. They would be the favourites straight off the bat. But what do you think their chances stack up compared to a Brazil, an Argentina, a Belgium?
I don't really see them being the team to watch this tournament, nor the team to beat. They have a decent group, but I actually came by and I might look like I have the footballing knowledge of burnt toast. Yes, so we're bringing it back for the World Cup. But I actually told my friends that Portugal is getting knocked out either in the group stages or the round of 16, unless they buy their way through. And I really pray that the referees aren't really biased towards either Argentina or Portugal, because we don't want to see that. Everyone wants to see that, but we want to see it happen in a fair manner, right? This World Cup has already been plagued with controversy. Leading up to it, we don't need the final to be the most controversial World Cup match of all time, right? So we don't need it, right? We want it, but we don't need it to be. And I think that, sorry.
No, continue.
And I think that Portugal just don't offer enough as a unit. We've seen it already. They lost to who was it? They nearly lost to Macedonia, right?
Yeah.
And I honestly wanted to see them at the World Cup instead of Portugal. Maybe that's just my inner Messi screaming at me. But I honestly thought that Macedonia deserved it more, to be honest. But enough of me ranting. Back to their. I think that they can go. I think that they can do well. I think that they can go relatively far, as I said, to the round of 16. Maybe disappointing for them, but I honestly see them faltering really epically in this World Cup.
Hey, I mean, when you look at the Qatar World Cup, the money that they've spent, do you know how much money that would be gained for telling fans it's gonna be Messi versus Ronaldo? The GOAT debate will end after this game. They're gonna make trillions off one game, man. I mean, that's why I'm afraid it's gonna be rigged for both teams to win their group and just have that easy path to meet each other. But you know, it all depends on what the squad can do. You look at the goalkeepers. Diogo Costa, very, very good keeper, making shockwaves throughout Europe this season. Rui Patricio and Jose Sa make up the trio. Defenders, we've brought him back. It's Pepe. Pepe is back for one more World Cup. And he's partnered with Ruben Diaz, Jacques Cancelo, Diogo Dalot, Nuno Mendes, Antonio Silva, the 19-year-old, Rafa Guerrero, and Danilo Pereira. In midfield, you got the penalty experts in Bruno Fernandes and Ruben Neves. You also got Vitinha, William Carvalho, Bernardo Silva, João Mario, João Palhinha, who was fantastic today, Mateus Nunes, and Otavio. And up front, the man, the myth, the legend, arguably Portugal's best ever player, Cristiano Ronaldo, with João Felix, Rafa Leao, Ricardo Horta, Gonçalo Ramos, and Andre Silva as the full squad reads for Portugal.
I still don't know who that Ronaldo fellow is. Someone tell me.
Funny. Yeah, but they do have a deep squad. Maybe not. Depth is one thing, but having the depth in numbers the right way is another. I don't think Portugal have the depth in the numbers the right way. No Gonçalo Guedes. Rafa Silva is not playing international football either. Midfield could have possibly been a bit stronger. Renato Sanchez is not there. But, you know, it's just a lot. It's a lot, you know. It really is a lot. But what are your thoughts for the Final Four at the World Cup, the semi-finals?
Final Four, I'm not too sure of the group layout. But if I'm going to mention Final Four just based on the teams that I think have the best chance, which I'm just going to go with that. Mm-hmm. I think Argentina for sure, Brazil, right? Gonna go with France. I said I don't think they'll win it, but I didn't say I don't think they'll do well. And perhaps the last team I should go for. So it's Brazil, Argentina, France. I'm not so sure who I'd go with. You know what? Let's just have some fun. Let's throw in Canada there.
Canada, you're getting a shout out, but we're not shouting out America. We know that already.
Let's go America.
Yeah, Canada. That would be great for CONCACAF anyway. That would be fantastic. But as we're in our last minute, we actually have a few seconds left. Quickly, I'm just gonna say there's one player who doesn't exist in the world of football, and that is Guillermo Ochoa. We are going to witness Oliver Kahn at his best in that Mexico jersey, and then we're not gonna see him again.
We're not gonna see him again after this World Cup. I believe he's gonna retire after this one, sadly. But he is the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest goalkeeper of all time. He only appears once every 4 years, which just makes his performance ever so special.
Exactly.
But look forward to it. Young kids, especially the younger kids or the younger generation, look forward to seeing this man in his last ever World Cup.
Yeah, Guillermo Ochoa. He's about 92 now. I mean, I'm kidding. But he's been there. He's fantastic. And we'll see you there. We're going to have live updates. Catch you next time.